guys want me to spill the tea. I know you guys want me to spill the tea. Which, girl, I'm glad to spill it. So my whole pregnancy was pretty healthy up into, you know, the ending of my pregnancy. I did have a lot of low iron, se me bajaba mucho el azúcar, you know, mareos and all of that. I did have that ending of my pregnancy. I had a doctor, basically the 8 months of my pregnancy. El último mes me cambiaron con una pinche doctora. And my due date was the 4th of July. And so I asked esa doctora que si podían programar para el día 1 de julio. Porque como todos descansan 1 o 2 semanas, I said, well, I want to be, you know, yo quiero que todos estén conmigo, you know, estas 2 semanas. I want everyone to be with me, you know, esas 2 semanas o semanas que están descansando. And that's the reasoning why I wanted to get induced earlier. So yeah, she's like, yeah, that's fine, you know, you're already, it's only going to be 3 days of difference, that's fine. So at the hospital, it was my husband and 2 of my family members. And IVs and the Pitocin. So that was going well. Everything was good. It felt like they, even like de ratito como que llegaban mis tías and así iban a checar on how I was doing and everything, and they would say like, ya se tardaron mucho las enfermeras para que le subieran al Pitocin. And I got to the highest level of Pitocin, and I didn't feel like the pain that they say that comes with the induced delivery. I felt nothing. And then yeah, like al final, ya tanto que me checaron así, and one would say, oh, you're 3 dilated, and then entonces la enfermera, oh, you're actually 5, and then otra, no, you're 7. What? Y ya después le hablaban a la doctora, and she's like, oh yeah, you're not even phased or fated or whatever, you know, no estás nada de dilated. And so we're like, what? Well, like, you know, and because of the tantas veces que like me checaron, I started to feel like a little bit of like cramping, contractions. I can't remember. Well, me llevaron té. Ya ves que with the tea that supposedly it can help to, you know, speed up the delivery. Nothing. So yeah, the doctora was like, at this point, you know, you've been here for so long, we've already tried all the Pitocin, you know, nothing's working, we're just gonna send you home and see if hopefully you can go to labor on your own. Okay, pues ya me mandaron a la casa. After, you know, I went to the hospital, you know, I went to the my cita, and then she checked and she's like, oh yeah, you're 2 or 1 dilated. And you know, ya cuando dijo eso, ya we were all like, oh my god, yeah. Pues ya se nos hizo como una tercera. It was like 4 o'clock, como 4 de la mañana, when I felt like I had wet myself. And I said, oh, you know, yo creo. Because when you're pregnant, if you know, you know. And so yeah, I got up, you know, I changed. And then I went back to sleep, and then like literally like within the next few minutes, again I was wet, and I was like, wait, what? So I went to go, but it's like the weirdest thing, because like I went to use the bathroom, and like the bathroom and stopped leaking, but it was so weird. So then yeah, I was like, I think I broke my water. So en eso, be careful baby. En eso, Mommy, be careful. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on the pad, and if it's like gets soaked wet, then I for sure got, you know, broke my water. So ya, ni me dormí, like no me estaba en el celular, pero estaba acostada. En menos de 5 minutos, my pad was already soaked. So I called up my aunt, and I'm like, you know, and yeah, my mom, I'm like, I think I broke my water, yeah, se me rontó. You know, I think it's time. So yeah, it was like everyone was going crazy because, you know, we're like, oh, it's time, it's time. And we're having a baby. So
my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay
yeah, yeah, she's like, my tía was like, pues métete a bañar. So I me metí a bañar, and like my water wasn't like, it wasn't like a splash or like así bien mucho. It was like literally you couldn't even feel that there was like little water coming down your leg. Like you couldn't even feel. So yeah, me bañé. Yeah, and tell me why we stopped at McDonald's. Okay, and I was having contractions, and I would say they were 3 to 4, 4 being like casi nada. Yeah, of contractions of pain. We get to the hospital, you know, we get checked in, we get hooked up to the monitors, they check me, and they're like, okay, we want to see for sure if you broke your water. So then, like, literally, like, as I'm pulling down, like, mi maillon, like, the whole pad is, like, so soaked, and it just falls, and they're like, oh, yeah, for sure, you broke your water. And then, yeah, you know, they were like, okay, we just want to see how dilated you are. And I was already, I think, 4 or 5 dilated. And that was that was already like 5:30, 6 in the morning that time. And so I was like, I said, no, I don't want to get that epidural. I want to, you know, be tough. I want to, you know, whatever. Okay. So me empezó a doler más, like the contractions, and it was going out through the day, and I was like super hungry because I hadn't like eaten anything, and the last meal I had was like Wednesday in la tarde because in la noche no comí. So like I was so hungry. And yeah, the like contractions, you know, were really kicking in, and my husband's like, why don't we try for water birth? And so I, you know, les pedí la tub, they put in the tub in my room, you know, and then I was like, I wanted to, but I couldn't with the pain. So yeah, a bañar con agua bien caliente, hitting your espalda. So I literally had, ya es que you can take the thing off, and my husband was like poniéndolo así en la espalda. I could not feel how hot it was. Like it like, I even like went like that, like touching my back así, and me quemó de tan caliente que estaba el agua. But I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel like how hot it was. And my pain was, it hurt, like, you know, cuando te da contracción, you can't even fucking talk, breathe, or whatever. It hurt, pero con la agua casi no me dolía tanto. So yeah, then they checked me again, and I was already 7 dilated. And I was like, I can't have it, like, yeah. Cada ratito me sentía like I had to go to the bathroom, So then they checked me another, I think pasó como otras 2 horas o 1 hora, and I was already 8 dilated. And they said, horas o 1 hora, and I was already 8 dilated. And they said, well, we'll give you the nitrogen gas. They gave me literally the nitrogen gas for less than 30 minutes, or even, it was like 30 or 15 minutes. Me la puse, and I started to hallucinate. It was like really bad. My friend was there, cause she was like, como una enfermera, como algo así. We're like, ¿dónde estamos? Weird stuff, and like I felt I was really hallucinated. My family, my husband, everyone would say that I was really like out of it. Y ya como like luego me dio como por vomitar. I couldn't stop puking because of tan mareada que estaba. So yeah, everyone's like, you need to get off of that, because like te está haciendo daño. So yeah, I was like, okay. And then my tía said que el IV, or ay, no sé qué madre es la que te ponen en la mano, que supuestamente ayuda. I had that on, y no, yo sentía todo. No, I felt. So I said, ya no aguanto. Ya, denme el epidural, démelo. I want it, I need it. They didn't check me. once they gave me the IV, they didn't check me. And hace cuenta que me checaron para ponerme la nitrogen gas. Me dieron nitrogen gas y ya pasó otra hora, media hora, no me acuerdo, y me pusieron la IV. Or whatever suero madre que te dan. Y eso, ya después de la nitrogen me pusieron la IV y pasó otro rato más. Y, o sea, nunca me checaron para la IV y nunca me checaron para ponerme el epidural. So I was 10 dilated when they put the epidural. Nunca me checaron. And I get like, no te pueden checar tanto because también eso hace daño. Sí, pero you're supposed to check. Well, at least that's what I've heard. That you're supposed to check when you're gonna get the epidural. Because también después de cierta... lo que me dijeron es que después de cierta how open dilated you are, you can't get it anymore. So, they didn't check me. Me pusieron la vacuna. No me moví. Even if, like, the baby was already coming. And then me acosté, and literally en lo que terminó the anesthesiologist estaba entrando la doctora y me checó. You're 10 dilated. Apenas me estaba como enderezando bien de cuando ya terminó la anesthesiologist, and she said, you're 10 dilated. And guess what she said? Dice, tienes que descansa. Duérmete una hora y ya ella se fue, que se iba a alistar, que no sé qué. So yo me dormí. Yo tenía sueño, yo tenía hambre. I was so out of it. Me dormí, and it was like 20-30 minutes, but I slept. And like my family members were like, and todos los que estaban en el cuarto were like, no, ya no te duermas, ya levántate, because capaz que ya venga el niño. So ya entraron las enfermeras, and la enfermera epidural se me durmieron los pies. I know that might sound like yeah, that's common, but a lot of people that I've talked to, no se les duermen los pies, no se les duerme like todo de abajo. They still have movements, they can still feel. I didn't feel anything. I could not feel my legs. I could not lift up my legs. I could not do anything. So, haz de cuenta que eso fue también parte. So ya todos me están, no, ya levántate, ya, let's get ready to push. I could not, les digo, no podía levantar la pierna. So ahí está mi tía levantándome una pierna, my husband levantándome la otra pierna. And then they were like almost making, ellos estaban haciendo como fuerzas. I don't know how to explain it, but basically they were almost like pushing my legs in so I could, I don't know, I could not push. I pushed for 3 hours, three or four, I want to say 3 hours. I pushed for 3 hours. Les digo, en el momento que my husband and my tía was holding that, todavía no entraba estaban nomás las enfermeras. Ya de ratito, a los cuantos minutos, 10-20 minutes después de eso entra la enfermera, que yo estaba usando todas mis fuerzas. No podía, I just couldn't because of the epidural. So ya la doctora was like, okay, we're gonna do an ultrasound to see how the baby is. Pero take in mind that pushing those many hours, ya se miraba la cabecita de mi niño. So yeah, they did the ultrasound. And basically, in my canal, en el momento que yo descansé was the wrong error. Because, and also wrong error that I got the epidural 10 dilated.
Wrong-o.
Supuestamente ellos, so the canal's like this, right? And the baby, they kind of do a little bit, something like this. Well, en el momento que iba a cruzar el niño por aquí, para ya salir, he tilted his head because yo descansé. My body relaxed. My body thought like, okay, ya terminaste. Like, basically, it was that. Like, that's what happened with my body. So, his head was like this. So, he could not fit in my canal. Ya no podía salir. Ya no se le miraba, like, the top aquí, la cabeza de él. And, yeah, he said, okay, this is what's happening. I'm gonna go talk to one of my colleagues. A ver si qué otras opciones, si lo podemos usar con un vacuum or not. So yeah, literally took forever. En el momento que ella estaba ya, no sé qué chingada estaba haciendo, se tardó un chingo. The nurses, God bless them, and I really was so sad que ya no estaban allí trabajando cuando me alivié de mi second baby. Oh my god. They were like, okay, no, we believe in you. You got this. Let's do it. They just gave me the best encouragement. They were the best. They were nada. Ya entra la enfermera. Okay, pues ya hablamos con our colleagues. They said, if we take out the baby, no, we can't take out the baby with the vacuum because it's too many risks. When she said that, I literally, my heart dropped. My heart dropped because the cesáreas en mi familia no hay. One of my tías had her last baby with a C-section, but my heart dropped. I know my husband was like everyone in the room felt it. I know everyone in the room, their heart dropped like mine did, because we weren't expecting that. We were not expecting that. So yeah, dice, okay, va a entrar the surgeon, va a entrar el anesthesiologist, van a hablar contigo, te van a hacer the procedure, all of that stuff. Entra el surgeon. He's literally like, dice, en 8 minutos vas a tener tu bebé, it's gonna be fine. You know, it is an emergency C-section, but it's not like if I would have crashed and you need to get the baby out like this very second. He said it's like based on like a 3, I want to say it's like a 3 scale of emergency, and mine was like number 2, 1 being like ya tenemos que sacarlo, and 2 being like ya lo tenemos que sacar, pero todavía we can do it a little bit you know, más calmer, not super calm, but yeah. And I was like, okay, pues, you know, like emotional. It was a very scary moment. Friend, keep in mind, she was still working, so she wasn't gonna leave hasta que tuviera bebés. And everyone felt it. Everyone, even I feel like the nurses felt it too. My water broke at las 4 de la mañana. Y ya eran las it was like 8 o'clock. Yeah, it was like 8 o'clock. It was like 8 o'clock. So yeah, they sent me to the room, had an anxiety attack. I started shaking. I couldn't stop shaking. I was super cold, and he had a camera, so he was taking, like, you know, we wanted pictures of everything. Me amarrada, both of my arms to the bed, nauseous. I remember the anesthesiologist, he was like right here behind me, and I said, where are we? You're in the operating room, you're having a C-section, you're having your baby. And then I said, I don't feel good, I feel like I'm gonna puke. And literally it's like running, like you can see them, but it's like a blur, but they're like running. Like, okay, baby's out. Baby's out. Why isn't he crying? My husband said that they got the baby out with like the vacuum of how like stuck he was, and so they got him out. He was purple. It was his whole body. He was purple. There's a ray of life, the first like 5 or a minute, I don't know what it is, but something like that, of their life. His life was at 2, and then 1 being brain dead. He didn't cry, and le pasa my baby to the nurse. It was like 4 or 5 nurses. There was a lot of nurses in my room. There was a lot. Just like awake. I was trying to be conscious. Why isn't he breathing? What's happening? What's happening? You can't do anything. You're strapped. You can't do anything. Pass out. I'm gonna faint. Lo voltearon al niño, le daban bien muchas nalgadas, le hacían, I don't know how much, cuántas más cosas le hicieron, porque le hicieron que de todo, hasta que ya después y echó el grito. To Carlos, and Carlos had skin to skin bond. Like I saw him, but I don't remember him. Pasándome oxígeno because I was literally gonna pass out. Postpartum was another story, which if you guys want to know about, you know, the postpartum, when let me know and I can do that. So that is all for this video, for this story time on emergency C-section. And then I'm sorry for like the interruptions if you can hear like the kids in the back. ¿Qué les gustaría ver? ¿Qué les gustaría saber? Because parents' reactions. 19, when I gave shy and vergonzosa. I wanted to do YouTube for like the longest time. I said, you know what, this is a year, I'm gonna do it. I am Viviana. Thank you so much for watching.